Beneath the bustling cities and silent mountains of the Korean Peninsula, a secret war has been raging for decades. This isn't a war fought with tanks or missiles, but with shovels, dynamite, and spies. Deep underground, a hidden network of tunnels has been carved out of solid rock, designed to launch surprise invasions, move troops in secret, and potentially ignite a global conflict. This is the story of the invisible war being fought right under our feet. It all began after World War II, when Korea was split in two along the 38th parallel. What was meant to be a temporary division hardened into a permanent border as the Cold War set in. Then, in 1950, the Korean War erupted. It was one of the most brutal conflicts of the 20th century, and when the fighting stopped in 1953, it wasn't with a peace treaty, but a tense ceasefire. The war never officially ended. It just went quiet. Both North and South Korea immediately started preparing for the next round. While the world watched the space race and the war in Vietnam, a new clandestine battle began, underground. The first hint of this subterranean conflict came in 1974. A South Korean army patrol, walking through the demilitarized zone, the DMZ, noticed steam rising from the ground. They began to dig. What they found was shocking. Deep beneath the earth was a concrete-lined tunnel, wide enough to move thousands of soldiers an hour, complete with electricity and ventilation. It was pointing directly south toward Seoul. This wasn't a mine, it was an invasion route dug by North Korea. When confronted, North Korea denied everything. They insisted it was just an old abandoned coal mine. But there was one problem. The tunnel was blasted through solid granite. To try and sell their story, North Korean soldiers had literally painted the rock walls black with soot to make it look like coal. It was a clumsy, almost comical attempt at deception, and it fooled absolutely no one. The discovery sent a shockwave of fear through South Korea. If one tunnel existed, how many more were there? The answer came soon enough. Over the next 2 decades, South Korean and US forces uncovered 3 more tunnels. Each one was larger, deeper, and more sophisticated than the last. The second tunnel, discovered in 1975, was even bigger. The third, found in 1978, was just 44 kilometers from Seoul. And the fourth, uncovered in 1990, was so deep it could withstand heavy aerial bombing. It was built with railway tracks, suggesting the North planned to move not just troops, but heavy equipment and supplies. Intelligence reports from North Korean defectors painted an even more terrifying picture. They claimed there weren't just 4 tunnels, but potentially 20 or more, all burrowing south. Some might have already reached the outskirts of Seoul. Think about the strategic nightmare this presented. In a matter of hours, tens of thousands of North Korean special forces could emerge from hidden exits behind South Korean lines. They could seize the capital, sabotage infrastructure, and create widespread chaos before the South could even mobilize its defenses. This wasn't just paranoia, it was a plausible, terrifying strategy. The DMZ, already one of the most heavily fortified borders on Earth, became a 2-front war zone. Above ground, it was a desolate no-man's land. A 4-kilometer-wide strip of land laced with millions of landmines, guarded by snipers, and patrolled by soldiers on constant high alert. But below ground, a silent, invisible war was being fought. Specialized South Korean tunnel hunter teams were formed. Their job was one of the most dangerous in the world, to find and neutralize these underground threats. They would spend countless hours in listening posts, trying to detect the faintest sounds of digging echoing through the rock. They drilled boreholes deep into the granite, filling them with water and watching for any changes in the water level, a telltale sign of a cavity below. It was slow, painstaking, and nerve-wracking work. Veterans who served on these tunnel teams described the immense psychological pressure. One soldier recalled, "You never knew if the ground beneath you was solid or hollow. Every step felt like a gamble." The North Koreans were just as determined. When the third tunnel was discovered, it was booby-trapped. As a South Korean and American investigation team went inside, a tripwire detonated, killing one American naval commander and injuring several others. The message was clear: stay out. But the search continued. Both sides were locked in a cat-and-mouse game played out hundreds of feet underground, a silent contest of engineering, espionage, and sheer willpower. Even today, the threat hasn't vanished. While the first 4 tunnels were sealed or turned into tourist attractions, a chilling reminder of the ongoing conflict, the search for others continues. South Korean and U.S. forces still use advanced ground-penetrating radar and seismic sensors, listening for any sign of new activity, and they have good reason to be vigilant. In recent years, satellite imagery has detected renewed underground construction near the border, suggesting that North Korea's obsession with tunneling has never faded. Modern defense experts believe these tunnels could serve new purposes in a 21st century conflict. They could be used to secretly move and protect mobile missile launchers, store nuclear materials, or serve as command and control bunkers, safe from satellite surveillance and precision airstrikes. They remain a potent asymmetrical weapon, a way for North Korea to bypass the South's technological and military superiority. The subterranean war isn't just a relic of the Cold War, it's an active, evolving threat. The story of Korea's tunnels is more than just a fascinating piece of military history. It's a powerful symbol of the Korean Peninsula's unresolved conflict. It shows how, even in the absence of open warfare, the preparation for it never stops. For over 70 years, the Korean War has never truly ended. It just moved underground, out of sight but never out of mind. It's a constant hidden reminder that peace can be incredibly fragile, and that sometimes, the greatest dangers are the ones you can't see. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We love digging up the hidden histories that are often buried right beneath our feet. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.